I apologize. I had to change something on the screen, had not cleared up something. There is something I do want to check while I am talking to you, because not you, not this one either. Oh, this one right here. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Do you see this right here? Now, I told everybody don't too much pay attention to the stock market. It hasn't really had the worst year. I'm looking at, that's the Dow 30, so I got to see what the actual Dow is. I have not been able to watch the stock market for the last 8 days. Okay, so please understand, I don't know what it's going to say. But when I hear the stock market is having its worst year in a decade, here's what to do now, depending on your age. Ladies and gentlemen, let me help you out. If you're involved in the stock market, get out of it now. Okay, beginning of January, they've already predicted it's going to go down. I told you all this right after the stupid Black Friday. This was their plan. That's why they allowed it to go up so many points before that. Because those individuals who were short traders, those who are coming in and getting a quick buck, they got what they needed and they got out, to leave all of you who are invested in it, persons, to be stuck with the loss. Now, is this going to be about stock market? Nah, I just wanted to show it. I don't see what it closed at. This doesn't help me. I need to see what it closed at. So this does not help me. Look at that. None of this is the actual market. This is an advertisement. I don't like advertisements. Let's see. Market, cryptocurrency, most gainers, losers, U.S. Treasury, options, highest, top mutual funds, currencies, commodities. Nope. Not giving me what I need. Industries. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, see, it's not giving me what I need, so I can't use this. And this is Yahoo, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not giving me what we need. Oh, this is stock Dow 30, but this is not the Dow 30. I want to see what the Dow 30 has done. Now, see, when I was last watching this, that's only, that's not that big of a difference from the last time I was watching it. So this was the correct one. The last time I was watching it was last week on the 6th. And as you see, today it gained 157 points. Now here's the point. The stock market should be nowhere near 24,000 points. It shouldn't have been there this year. It shouldn't have been there last year. But it's at 24,000 points and keeps hovering between 24,000 and 26,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all a joke. What you're watching here, the stock market going up 157.03 points in one day, is not normal unless there was an event today that caused it to go up. The stock market doesn't go up by hundreds of points. It only goes up by itty bitty incrementals. Okay? It only goes up by itty bitty incrementals. It should not be having such a high downturn. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go speak to somebody who just got here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry I had to take that short little break. It was about 2 hours if you look at the time clock there on the bottom of the... Oh no, you guys can't see the time clock. Oh well, too bad. Well, anyway, it's been about 2 hours. Let's get back to this. Let me explain something if I could, because a lot of people won't get it. I just had a gentleman named Rick. Mr. Rick, I appreciate the email. No, don't everybody email me because you're not going to get no shout outs. Everybody's not getting it. Nobody else would do this, people. Nobody else would go in there and purposely not give them their fingerprints and their photo to find out why they asked for fingerprints and photos. Yes, that's exactly why I didn't give it, because I needed to know why. We already knew we didn't have to do it. I needed to know why they do it. The reason why they run your fingerprints and your photos is so that they can run a background check, so that they could run a wants and warrants check on you. That's right. That's why they ask for the fingerprints and photos, because they want to set your bill and they want to make sure that you don't get out. So they want to make sure that no other county has warrants and anything against you. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you don't do the fingerprints and photos and you have a warrant and you don't give it to them, they can't find it. If they can't find it, you can bail out. There's nothing they can do. The only problem, pay attention, that if you go back to court and they do find that information later on their own, they can then add that to the record and you can be rearrested and have that taken care of the wrong way. So that's the reason for that. All right. Let me let all of you know the biggest deal that I had was giving them fingerprints and photos after I told them no. Because you all know right now I don't like to give in to nothing and nobody. And I didn't want it to look like I was giving in or giving up. And so I only did it at the second facility. The first facility, I told them no, and I said no. I never told that to the second facility, so I wasn't going against my word. And that's exactly what I told myself I would do, but only after asking my God. I said, I'm trying to be reasonable because I'm taught to be reasonable with all men. I said, I'm trying to be reasonable, but they're not making it easy. And I said, so what do you want me to do? And the idea was cooperate. So I cooperated. And then when it came time to do it, I said, but you know, I don't want to do it. And the idea still was, the understanding still was to cooperate. So I did. Ladies and gentlemen, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I think everybody deserves an opportunity. Well, I don't anymore. I got to see some people to whom I would normally think were okay, who I would think would normally be individuals that you could count on to be reasonable, to be real. I found that that wasn't true. I figured that, wait a minute, it's not possible. But I do see evil in the heart of man. And I see it more so now than ever before. I was thinking that the people who are going into schools and going into clubs and going into the middle of arcades and going into the middle of a party and going into the middle of a parade and just shooting people just for nothing, I thought those were just fluke, that there's something wrong with those people. Ladies and gentlemen, those are normal people just like all of you. And they're doing that because that's who they are. They are people. If you go and you look at Genesis, the 6th chapter, it says that the heart of man is wicked. Wicked! That the whole world was wicked. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain. Jeremiah said that the heart is desperate and is treacherous. And it says, who can know it? This is man. This is their nature. I had to be put in a position where I could see that. That's what this experience was for. Because I thought everybody deserved another chance. I don't believe that anymore. I'm just letting all of you know. Again, who would do this for you? Who would go out there and try to find a way to help you all? And then tell you about it and then provide an organization that you can utilize to help you secure it. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I have as a suggestion. Ladies and gentlemen, the process works like this. We're going to create a contract. It's not on site yet. It will be up. You have my word. I'll try to have it. It's a contract, so I have to make sure the wording. So we're going to put the contract together this weekend. Me. Okay? I'll try to have it up by Monday. The contract will basically be for 3 different contracts. 1, against the United States, so that you can get access to the securities held in your miner's account. Okay, that's the first thing. Everybody wants to get hold of that TDA account, that Social Security account, and the securities held in a minor account. Well, we'll do a contract specifically for that. Okay, what's next? Well, number 2, after we do that contract, we'll be doing a contract for the people who are incarcerated. Individuals who are incarcerated for nonviolent offense, non-sex acts, we will do a contract for them. Now, here's the thing. You go through SATCOM, you can't change the terms of the contract. You change the terms of the contract because we'll do a word search and we'll do a matchup. And if it does not match the contract that was originally sent to you, then it will not be accepted. Sorry, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have people adding in things and changing dollar amounts and making it for outrageous amounts, which will make it get kicked out as being illegitimate. We want this process to remain legitimate. That's why we're doing this. And the 3rd contract, as you already see online, deals with mortgages and going after individuals who are trying to defraud you, mortgage, credit card companies, all of those companies you guys have been struggling with and having such a hard time. And then you have another issue with a company. We're going to create that generalized contract so that you can actually go after them. Why is the arbitration issue correct? Well, going over the Arbitration Act, you want to find the Arbitration Act is Title 9, Section 1 through 15 or something like that. Just it's called titled the Arbitration Act. So Federal Arbitration Act, FAA. That's where the acronym SAA comes from, because it's similar to SAA. See, we were creating something good. Just go over that and you'll find that once an arbitrator rules, the arbitrator has ruled. No one can get beyond that, around that, or through that. It's just the way it is. Okay, that's the first thing that you all need to know. Sorry, there are a lot of people who are going to be trying to contact me after today, and they just need to know that I am turning off the phone on purpose. Okay? So my phone will be turned. No, I'm not hiding from nobody. I told all of you I just got a new account, and it's $300 for 9 years. They no longer have that promotion, but I bought the phone with the $300 for 9 years, and the phone is still working. The videos are still streaming. As a matter of fact, to make sure you guys know, and I'm not on anybody's Wi-Fi, and I have 4 bars, and I'm at 4G. And what I'm going to do with this phone, because a lot of people didn't believe it, how can they offer you a phone for 9 years and for $300 and you ain't got to pay nothing else after that? It must be illegitimate. They ain't got no legitimacy. That they fake. They ain't real. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Foxx funniest reactions. No, I don't want Jamie Foxx funniest reaction. I don't want Jamie Foxx because he curses too much, and we ain't gonna have no cursing on my video. Okay. Give me 1 second. There's a story here. It's called The Untold Story About Flesh Tape. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Y'all don't believe me. So, let's get rid of
Every
that.
so often, a product comes along that is so amazing it changes the world. Is Flex Tape one of those products?
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's what they want you to think.
this is streaming
It's a little more to
on my
worth.
phone
If you want to know the
with
untold truth
4G.
of Flex Tape, stick around. Flex
That
Tape
is
each man feels swift has been in the
guaranteed.
marketing and direct sales industry since the 1980s.
Okay? I just played that so all of you can understand and hear that the high-speed data works on the phone. The phone works, receiving calls, sending calls, text messaging, all from a SIM card that I paid $300 for. That's right, because I was taking a chance. And it's going to last for 9 years. Now, why 9 years? Because it's the patent for the SIM card. Because of the features of the SIM card that you're purchasing. So by using those features, I'm able to now take that SIM card and don't have to worry about, what if I didn't pay this bill? What if I didn't pay that bill? Or what if something happens and I'm not able to pay a bill? I don't have to worry about the bill anymore. I've already paid the bill at about $5 a month. That's what it works out to, about $5 a month, ladies and gentlemen. So my bill for my phone is $5 a month and $300 upfront. And that's it. No more payments after that for 9 years. I don't mind that. Now, they're like every other company. They were doing it as a promotion. Now they're only offering 5 years, and it's a little bit, about 3 times as high. It's a little bit over $900 for 5 years. But that's still better than all the other plans, because all the other plans, most people's phone bill is about $100 a month with Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile. I know, not everybody got the $40 deal because they want the bling bling, they want the minutes and all that stuff. So most people's phone bills are a lot higher, but about $100 a month, which equates to $1,200 a year. Okay, and over a 5-year period. Sorry, my screen, I don't know. Oh, because I'm not doing anything on it. I apologize. My screen dimmed on me. I'm sorry for that, y'all. Anyway. So we got $1,200, and we multiply 12 times 5. That's $6,000 for 5 years. So for $1,000, as opposed to $6,000, you get a SIM card. And that one you can make payments on. You don't pay everything up front. It's about $45 a month for 18 months. You put a certain amount down, and then $45 a month. Same company and everything. We're waiting for them to give us better clarity on their deals before we start advertising. We were going to advertise for them if they kept the $300 thing. We were going to advertise for them like crazy. We're going to send all of y'all over to them. But first, the plan ended too soon. And second, that's not what they were offering. So couldn't do that. Let's get back to who would do this for all of you so that you all can understand. All right, after we create these contracts, individuals will download them. The only thing they have to do is read over them, understand them, sign them, send them back to SATCOM. SATCOM has no control, not part of the contract. We're just creating a general template. That's why you will be responsible for adding in the information in the sections that are highlighted to fit your situation. Got it? Good. The rest of the information is whether or not the parties agree to the information. Okay, you've already agreed to it because you're sending the information. Now they have to respond, whether they agree or don't agree. They're not going to, like a pedigree. Haha. Anyway, ladies, that's right, he's punny. Ladies and gentlemen, after we send out the documents, and SATCOM will send out the documents for you through our mail system, where we'll mail out the documents to every single person who is supposed to receive it. That'll be a part of the fee. Sorry, the fee will be $500, not $900. $500 to go through this process. It will include the fee for arbitration. What do you think? It'll include the fee for arbitration. Well, the normal fee for arbitration is $500 at SATCOM. That's right. You didn't know that, right? Normal fee for arbitration at SATCOM is $500. The normal fee for arbitration at SITCOM, Arbitration Association, is $500. Well, how can SATCOM... Well, SATCOM doesn't do arbitration. Well, then how can they charge $500? Well, no, SATCOM is not charging $500. SATCOM is actually taking the $500 and paying it to SITCOM to do the arbitration for you. Well, why can't I just go through SITCOM? Because they don't have the contract. Well, why can't I get SITCOM to do this? Because SITCOM doesn't do that. You have to go through SATCOM. We'll provide the service for you. What? That don't make no sense. Well, see, what SATCOM is going to do is SATCOM is going to reduce its fee for you. And it's going to mail out the documents. The only thing you're going through SATCOM for is for them to mail out the documents, for them producing the documents, providing the documents. They will charge that fee on a tail end to be paid out by the party to whom the award is against, which can't be you because you're the one who applies for the award. Do you understand? So SATCOM will get is in the end. Oh, you sure gonna get it in the end. Okay? So don't worry about what SATCOM is or is not charging you. SATCOM is not here to get over on you. You know what SATCOM is here to do, ladies and gentlemen? Let me explain, because I'm hoping you'll understand. SATCOM is here to make and bring about change. You see, if everybody were to do the arbitration contracts, if everybody were to take these fools to task just by having an arbitration meeting, but I don't know nothing about it, then you don't have to go to an arbitration meeting. You have them do it all electronically, where you send in your documents. You fill out a simple application, you send in your documents. You don't have to have a face-to-face. You don't have to have a recorded nothing. You let the paperwork speak for itself. That's why we create the template, to make sure everything that needs to be in the contract is there. Okay? That's why we make sure that the arbitrator sticks only to the facts of the contract. That's why we send it out to the people and make sure that they receive their copy so that we can keep the process going. That's what this is. But they are trying to stop us, which means many of you all are going to run out of time. Many of you all who are trying to achieve this, trying to achieve that, are not going to be able to achieve it. You pay attention to that stock market that I talked about earlier. That thing ain't having a good day. There's a reason for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after SATCOM gets the arbitration award, you will be responsible for going to the court of your choice, because the document will highlight that, seeking a declaratory judgment against the other parties with an S. Now, somebody brought to my attention about the website that on the website it speaks as to there being complicated and all of that when they went to the SAA website. Well, we tried to tell people that site isn't up yet. We just put that up temporarily. We haven't finished it. That will be finished by the 15th, so bear with us, please. Thank you very much. Whew. Let's get back to the SATCOM sitcom. What are we trying to accomplish? Ladies and gentlemen, when we help individuals, and we're going to ask those of you who have family members, a lot of people have been writing me over the last couple of years about how can they help their family member who's in jail. How can they do this? How can they do that? Ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm going to be honest with you, because you all know that I've been working to help people out to get out of jail, help people to get this, help people to get that. You know that I've been doing this. You know that I have not been trying to make money off of people, not been trying to get rich. I promise you I'm not rich in any sense of the word. You all know this. So after all of this research, and everybody keeps telling me how smart I am, how much knowledge I have. Hold on. Y'all ain't doing this to me. Y'all better leave me alone. Hold on one second while I pull that up. Nope, that's the wrong one. Y'all, hold on one second. I done opened up the wrong can of worms. It says, thank you for all your teachings, Eon. My name is Slim Shady. Anyway, I watched your second to last video of yours and felt bad about what happened to you. I just want to thank you for sharing your art and helping me to understand who I am as a black 30-year-old man who wants to know knowledge of self. Thank you again for helping us understand how to be a better soul and have more time for the peace with our families. You're a strong brother. Power to the people. Anyway, no, he didn't say power to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this, because most people won't get it. I'm not doing this for money. Like I told you, right now I'm pissed off. When I was in PR, the first thing people told me is, they say what you know could destroy the whole system. And I told them, yes, I know that, but I'm not trying to destroy the whole system. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if this system falls. I don't care if it cracks. I don't care if it buckles. F them. That's right. I told them to leave me alone. Now it's my turn to bring it to their attention. So here's what we do. They are getting ready to, and I'll have those 2 videos up because I've already done them. There's no reason for me to do another one today. But they are getting ready to create acts of Congress to stop you from doing the arbitration process, especially the way we're starting to do it. They're doing this on purpose because they know this is the way out. And so they're trying to stop it from being the way out. Now, you'll have to understand, as soon as they put a stop to it, I'll find a way around what they're doing, because that's what I do. But you want to be grandfathered in. So when you watch the other 2 videos, they'll be up before Saturday. But when you watch the other 2 videos, you need to understand. Don't take my word for it. You need to understand. When you watch the other 2 videos that will be up by Saturday, you need to take very good and careful consideration of the information being presented, because it will show you the 5 different acts that Congress is trying to push through to stop people from doing this, the timing of those acts, and how it happened right after the original guys put in their affidavits and their arbitration documents. You know, the unique thing about it is the only time the courts can get involved is when confirming the arbitration award. Now, we can't give you all the details, but I just explained it to SATCOM how we protect our members and the people who are doing the arbitration to us. Look, a lot of other people are going to start this process. They're going to try to copy what we're doing. We don't care. We don't care. Okay, this is available to everybody, but the rest of you who try to go through an arbitrator are going to have a problem. If you want to create your contract and go through the arbitration, Sitcom Arbitration Association, you are free to do that. They're not going to turn you away as long as it's not outlandish and as long as the terms of the contract are reasonable, that both parties are accepted and all the qualifications are there. They'll accept you. They'll help you. So if you want to start an organization to do this exact same thing, we're not going to frown upon it. Sitcom Arbitration Association is not going to send you away. Okay? So if you want to create an organization to do the same exact thing, can you create an arbitration association? I would strongly advise, legal advice, I would strongly advise that you don't. Okay? There are some complications with such that we've taken care of. I'm not going to tell you how to take care of those here. That's not my job. Some of you are thinking, well, you did me, whatever. That ain't happening. All right, let's get back to the reasons for all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, in our history, there have been few people who have been willing to suffer for others. There was this young man who said that no one has love greater than this. Then he would surrender his life on behalf of his friends. You guys have heard me say that many times before. Even if you know anything about does everyone have a twin, some of you are unfamiliar with does everyone have a twin. Okay, you Google it now, just put in does everyone have a twin PDF or go to the PDF section of SATCOM and you'll see the statement in there about one sacrificing himself on behalf of others. Very few people have done that in history. People say, well, I've seen people in the military do it. Excuse me. I want you to pay attention. When you see people stand as a martyr for people, put themselves in harm's way because they're in a situation, that's not a sacrifice. A sacrifice happens when something is giving up, when it didn't need to be given up, when there was no conflict. When Jesus made those comments that he was willing to sacrifice himself, John the 13th chapter and John the 15th chapter, that he was willing to sacrifice himself, he had not been put in jeopardy at that time. He said that he gladly surrendered his life on behalf of his friends. See, this was before he was in any situation. This was a mindset. I know many of you didn't think about that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I had time to sit up there and go over the entire gospel in my own head while being in that environment, because that's what I do. You see, the thing is, they were trying to break me. So let me tell you how you stop somebody from breaking you mentally. You have to have a routine. So my routine was to pick a subject in the Bible, a character, and go over their entire life and figure out the ins and arounds and the bouts and the ups and the downs and the outs. What do I mean by that? Well, I did Samuel. Well, what about Samuel? Well, Samuel's mother, Hannah, you guys know about Hannah, and her husband, Elkanah. Hannah was barren, couldn't have kids. But wait a minute. She asked and was given and had a child named Samuel. Took him to Eli. Well, guess what? I didn't think about this ever before. It was there the whole time. Samson was told by God that he had a message to deliver to Eli. He delivered that message. Do you know what that was? That was called secession. Eli was no longer going to be priest. That's why he told him that he would die. He was no longer going to be the priest. He was going to live out his terms. And remember, he was the high priest. So he remained high priest until his death. There could be no other high priest until his death. Eli died. Who became the high priest? Samuel, of course, the one whom Eli trained. The one whom was appointed by telling him to go and tell the current high priest that he had to go bye-bye. I had never thought about that before, but I did think about that when I was going over it, when I was meditating on it. That's what got me to the days and the nights when they were sitting up there trying to freeze me out. Let me tell you something. I want all of you to hear this because I haven't told this to many. I did not feel cold. Yes, even though they put me in a cell at one point, making me strip down all the way, and then giving me just this like little hammock to put on, I did not feel cold. I didn't care about anything else other than the fact I did not feel cold. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, I suffer from malignant hypothermia. Do you know, this trip was interesting because freezing is my greatest fear. That it comes ahead of drowning, because those are my greatest fears. Freezing without having the ability of getting warm, and drowning. Just that, ladies and gentlemen, the fear of freezing has been conquered. I'm no longer afraid of that no more, thanks to these wonderful people. Okay? They have made it more than worthwhile for me not to be concerned and or worried about that anymore, because I had someone who gave me the ability of staying warm. And I got to reflect on his word and pick up on some things that I had not considered before, and I promise you, I guarantee you, I am better off for it. So, what did I sacrifice? Time, my health, my life. For who? Not for you guys. I did this for me, because I said that when I was a child, when my teacher asked me what was my purpose in life, I told her to help people. I remember that to this day. And we're talking about second and third grade, teachers asking us what was our purpose in life. Now you got to admit, why would you ask a third grader what was his purpose in life? That makes no sense. They're not supposed to know. How are they supposed to know that? Well, guess what? The fact that I knew it and was able to tell it to her, that's all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you feel that you're special, and I appreciate that because you're supposed to be special. But please understand, I'm not doing it for you specifically. I'm doing this for everybody. So let me tell you what we do. If all of you were to get your contracts in order, if all of you were to process your contracts and get them done and then get your arbitration award, then all of you can stop the foreclosures, because when they come into court with their contract, you show them your contract. Now, wait a minute. If you create a different contract, if you create one of those bubblegum contracts thinking you know what you're doing, then that's on you. If you use our contract, that's fine. If you use our contract and don't get it taken care of through the arbitrator, then you're not going to have a lot of success when going to court, because now you're going to have to go to the arbitrator. But if you use our contract after having gone through Sitcom Arbitration Association, you go into court, there's nothing the judge can say. He has to confirm the arbitration award. There's nothing anybody else can say. So those of you who are looking to get out of the system, those of you who have family members who are in jail, who are non-violent, non-sex offenders, non-arsonists, pay attention, non-violent, non-sex offenders, non-arsonists. Ladies and gentlemen, in the future, we will have a contract for those individuals specifically, but we still say this is a common law process. So anything that has harmed another person, we cannot condone. Okay? So, but what if the person not charged with that and they're in jail, but they used to be one of those things? Well, then they are qualified because their actual issue is not involving those things. Oh, just wanted to make sure. Then fine, now leave me alone. Here's what I suggest, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting ready to change the law. We know that's coming. They're getting ready to change the system. We know that's coming. We know that this, I promise you, will be part of the reason why they changed the system. So do yourself a favor, and I promise you, you need to understand this. Do yourself a favor. Get your contract in order so that it's already grandfathered in. You know, like this phone I have right now that has a $300 payment for 9 years? Well, they're not offering that plan no more. Now you got to settle for 5 years and you got to pay more. If you all wait, you're going to be paying a lot more because you're going to have to struggle a lot more. If you get in now, it's done. I told you, I'm not here to make monies off of you. Let me tell you what I'm here to do. The more people who do these contracts, it now challenges all their contracts. Their self-executing contracts, if they say our contracts are not binding, then that means none of their self-executing contracts are binding. That means every court case and all that stuff gets done away with immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a court case today. I didn't say anything of the stuff that I wanted to say because this judge was trying to make me look stupid. He thought he was smarter than I was. He was pompous and he was an idiot. So what I did is when he called the case, he looked over at me and he said, "Listen here, boy." I wish he would have said that. And the type of things he was saying, he was trying to egg me on. That wasn't going to happen. So yesterday he said that he was upset because I did not answer his question his way, that I said that I was going to speak on my own behalf, and because I wouldn't use the word represent myself, he got pissed off. At least he made it appear. So when we talked today, I said, oh, and by the way, to clear up the record regarding yesterday, because he got to do all that talking yesterday, so it was my turn to talk. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that an attorney can only represent a client. Now, if the client wanted to speak to the court, the client would have to do so through the attorney, i.e. the attorney would have to speak for the client. So when I said I would speak on my own behalf, I was saying I'm going to be the attorney, that I was going to speak on my own behalf. I'm going to speak for myself. So that is to make sure we understood exactly what I meant by what I said before I was interrupted. Anybody else said anything? Nobody? Crickets? I heard crickets, y'all. Y'all know what happens when you hear crickets? Cricket, cricket, cricket. Cricket, cricket, cricket. That's all you hear. You don't hear nothing else but cricket, cricket, cricket. Just heard crickets. I did not look at the guy. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how you take away a so-called powerful man's power? When you're talking to him, don't look directly at him. Look off to the side of him. Look off towards the side of his ego. You will frustrate him, and you just keep your conversation as calm and cool and collected as possible. It's okay if he knows what you're doing, because he can't stop it. Psychologically, it will eat his anus up. Okay? Because he can't help it. Well, that's what I did to this moron today. And you could see him trying to get frustrated, trying to cause an issue, trying to make people upset. You know, at the end of the hearing, you know what I told the bailiff? I said, look, hey, I've been doing this for 30 years. I have absolute respect for the sanctity of the court and of the office of the court. I will never do anything to disrespect that organization because I understand why it must exist. Ladies and gentlemen, the court exists because of Jehovah. How in the world could I ever disrespect it? I know you guys don't understand that, so let me explain it to you. Go to the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter. Find out who the court really is. Okay? They're supposed to represent that court. They are not representing that court. But according to Scripture, he is the one who is to correct them. So, today, when, like I told you all yesterday, when they released me from the hospital. Well, they put down all of the things about muscular dystrophy. Everything that I've been explaining to you guys, they put it in there. I didn't explain none of that to them. They pulled this up on their computers, and they put that in the record. So I put it in the court record this afternoon. So as far as us meeting at 1:30, no, I can't meet at 1:30. I don't do that well in the afternoon. We're going to have to meet earlier in the day. They also put in there about my cane. These guys don't like my cane because my cane is 5 feet tall, 3.5 inches around. My cane is excuse me, what'd you say? Cane. And now they can't stop it because it's a part of the record now. So I put the medical records in there so that if they do decide they want to put somebody back inside, now you got something to deal with that you don't want to deal with. Do you guys remember I told you about the guy who says he hated me because I always got my way? Well, these officers were hating me even more because everything they tried to keep me from having, from my shoes to my glasses, it was ordered that they had to give them to me. So understand, I can take care of myself. That's why I didn't need anybody worrying about me, but that's also why I stopped doing the videos as much, because I had to prepare for all of this. Go back and look. I told you what I was working on. Said I had some things I had to take care of myself. This I was planning for. I knew it was coming. Do I need to get real with you? All right, let me get real. 2013, I knew I was going to be in jail one more time for a short stint. I didn't know it was going to be as short as this, but it was a short stint. Will it be another period? I don't know. I know there will be a final one. That one will be violent. That one I'll get my ass kicked. And when I say my ass kicked, I mean KMA. Somebody's going to kiss and kick my anus. Okay? So I'm going to get it kicked severely at that point. Not afraid of it. I can handle that when the time comes. What I'm trying to tell you guys is I'm able to prepare for these things. But if you go back and listen to the videos, I told you all this was coming. So this was not no fluke. I knew because someone made me aware of it. Do I need to beat around the bush? No, the God that I serve made me aware of it. I know. It sounds crazy. I know I sound crazy. That's all right. Because you're here listening to my videos, not because I'm crazy. You're here listening to my videos because you know I know what I'm talking about. Crazy men cannot be rational. That's the number one thing about being crazy. You cannot be rational. And yet I'm as rational as they come. Can rationalize, can realize everything I talk about. Pay attention to everything you hear me talking about. I can back every single piece of it up. So when I tell you that Jehovah made me aware of what happened this past week, what's going to happen 5 years ago, and that I was given that opportunity to prepare, and you don't believe, that's okay, because it wasn't for you to believe. It wasn't meant for you to believe that. It was for me. I'm just sharing with you because I said I was going to be real. I was going to give you the truth. It's okay if you want to say, well, I ain't listening to him no more. He just talks about Jehovah sitting up there giving them understanding. It's not a voice, ladies and gentlemen. It is a what? Oh, man, really? Okay. Because it's at one point, I didn't understand it. And then the very next second, I understand. As if I always knew it. I keep telling you guys I haven't studied none of this stuff. But I guarantee you one thing. When you listen to me talk, it sounds like I've known this stuff for years. Don't worry about it. See, if it were me, I would be cautious, but I'd hang on my coattail until I did something or said something wrong regarding the information I'm providing. If you don't like my personality, I don't know, there's an F word that goes right in front of you. You can take that F word and put it right in front of you and hold on to it for the rest of your life and put some meaning behind it. Sorry. What I'm trying to say, if you don't like my personality, this ain't got nothing to do with the information. The information is not based on my personality. If you want to be stuck like Chuck, then you stay stuck like Chuck. If you want to get out of the system, protect yourself before they shut the system down and start doing the blue, yellow, and gold. I mean, blue, yellow, and gold. Blue, yellow, and red. Then you go right ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't plan on being a part of those groups. That's why I did mine before I brought it to your attention. That's what I did in the month of August and September, was took care of my arbitration stuff. Well, I took care of the research. And then in September, October, that's when I took care of my arbitration stuff. But I wasn't going to leave you guys. I wasn't going to put you as the guinea pig first. I was still doing research. But now that I finished the research, I can bring it to your attention. I can say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, guys, we just can prove that you have the right to do this. And if you do this, this will protect you, and this will protect your assets, and this will protect that. Now it's just protect. We know that this is the right process to do. Congress wouldn't be so aggressively trying to change the process, but they know that if they change it, it will affect so many other things. And so that's why they're having a problem changing it. So until they figure out a way to change it, get on board, little children. Okay? I'm going to suggest it. You don't have to. Look, if everybody were to do these arbitrations, especially the people you knew in jail, and oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you this so that you get it. For the people who are incarcerated, theirs is at half the 500, so it's 250. Why? Because they're in jail. Okay? As a matter of fact, what I would do if you know somebody in jail and they can't afford the 250, look, let me tell you what you do. Have them do the application anyway. Have them mail it out to all the people. I told you, you can still use the SAA in the future, but you want the contract to be binding. So you need that 10-day period to go by. So download the contract. Get the 10-day period to go by. That's all we need you to do. Download the contracts. When we finish them, download the contracts, fill in your information. The reason why you have to send them back to SATCOM is if you want SATCOM to do the SAT packs for you. Ladies and gentlemen, also by the month of February, it looks like we're going to have to shut down the SAT Pack 1X because we'll have more than enough people assigned to the SAT Pack 1X. So we thank all of you for signing up for the SAT Pack 1X. The SAT Pack 2X, we're going to be about halfway through that one. And so we'll be shutting that down. And then all the individuals have to do is wait for the second year or that fourth year. The second year, they get the amount that's mentioned on the site. And the fourth year, they get the full amount if they did not pull anything out the second amount. Okay? So thank you for your interest in the SAT Pack 1X and 2X program. Then we'll be working on a plus and a prime. But right now, that was just an update for you guys on that. Now, let's get back to this, talking about this, downloading the contracts. Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing you have to do is go to the site. When we finish the contract for the one for the prison, and it will be called prison, the one for the mortgages is already up there, and it just says contract conditional acceptance. So we'll change it to mortgages. But when we change that, then we're going to go to the other contracts that I mentioned. I'm sorry, I'm so tired that I can't even focus on remembering what the other contracts was. One was mortgages, one was child. Well, we're going to do the one for child support, but that's going to be the same one for the mortgages. It's the same information, but we're going to do the one for the child support. We're going to do a contract for gaining control of your securities, like the TDA. Everybody got in so much trouble for doing TDA. We're going to do the one for the IRS with the 1099 OIDs. We're going to take care of that in its own separate contract. Okay, I've already done mine. Got to get yours. Got to get mine. Okay, and then we're going to take care of, let's see, we got TDA, I can't remember. Sorry. You have to go back to the beginning of the video and find out the other areas that we're going to be doing contracts for, but they will be up there. All you have to do is do the contract, ladies and gentlemen. SATCOM was going to send it out to everybody, but you can do that yourself. Send it out priority mail. It's $6.70 per envelope. What have you got to lose? And then if you did send all that out, then you go to SAA, but you'll have to pay down to $500 to SAA. But go to SAA. And they will then take your contract. You will have to fill out one short form. That form will basically show where certain things are in the contract so that you can refer to it, so that the people at SAA can look at the contract, see that that information is there, and make a decision based upon the information that is there. Okay? But however, if you go and do this on your own, you cannot call SAPAC and ask them for help, assistance. All right? It just won't be happening. Not this time of week, not this time of day, not this time of night. Just won't be happening. Just, I wouldn't do it. Just say it's not going to fit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you have seen the stress. Some of you have seen the frustration. Some of you have seen the fatigue. But guess what? I don't regret a single moment. So what I'm going to tell you is simple. All I need you to do is understand that it has to be worth something. So why don't you take the time to download the application when they're available and make them applicable to your situation and just mail them off? What do you have to lose? That's what I'm asking you to do. Now, here is the point. If everybody were to do these applications and all these courts were to receive them and see that the United States government, you and several other agencies have entered into a contract which was binding on all parties, what are they going to do? They can't get rid of it. They're stuck. They are stuck the whole day through, the whole time through, the whole morning, the whole noon, the whole night. They are stuck. If they say that our self-executing binding contracts coupled with interest are invalid, then that makes all of theirs invalid. That makes all of the court proceedings that they go through from here on in the future invalid. If they say that we can't do this or we can't do that, then now they can't do it. Do you understand how much this will change the system? We go after the court system with companies wanting to foreclose on people. We go after the court system for these idiots wanting to sit up there and bring somebody to jail because they have an addiction, a drug habit. We go after the organization for sitting up here, putting people through a trial and not letting them speak on their own behalf, or not letting them do something, or playing these conniving games. That's what we do. But you will have to download the application, fill it out, send it out. I would literally, some people want to do it and they want to add their mama name, brother name, sister name, brother name, uncle name, common name. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to tell you. Add your immediate family. Let the adults do their own separate one. Why? Because if you do your own separate one, that's your contract. If you do one with someone else, then that's going to be a joint contract, which is, let's just say, if it gets kicked down, that means everybody get kicked down. If you lose one contract, you don't lose all contracts. You understand what I'm saying? So you can put all your fish in one barrel, or you can sit up there and drop a couple of eggs and think everything's going to be okay. Because naughty by nature said everything going to be all right. So y'all should know everything going to be all right. So I just wanted to take the time to explain that to you. I asked them to leave me alone. I told them to leave me alone. The more people who do these affidavits, or not affidavits, applications, these contracts, the more people who do them, guess what this does, ladies and gentlemen? Well, guess what that does to the whole system? It changes the entire system. The justice system, the foreclosure system, it changes everything. It even changes how Congress writes its stupid laws from this point on. Why? Because our contracts will be binding them to certain things that they do not want to be bound to. But they never should have played that game. I told them to leave me alone. But they gonna come after you more now, and then I'm gonna do more to them. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. When I told you that my God Jehovah allowed me to get this started, well, it's because of this that beating and that kicking in the end is gonna happen. Okay? So I know what's coming my way. I can tell you in advance the next one is going to be violent, but it ain't coming soon. Okay? That's why I said, if something were to happen soon, then it ain't that. That comes much later. But that's okay. That'll happen as a result of me being cocky and saying, yeah, I'm that did that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You guys go ahead and pay attention to the Ebola thing. As a matter of fact, let me see. 1 second. I got y'all on here and we ain't talked about Ebola at all. And I ain't seen nothing about Ebola in over a week, y'all. I'm supposed to be keeping up with it. So Oh, okay, this is what I want. Oh, come on. All right. No, I don't want to recover the page. Let's see. Come on now. EBOLAVIRUS net.com. Hey, it ain't typing. Hold on. EBOLAVIRUS net.com. I'm interested because, nobody's talking about Ebola. They're talking about stock market and blang blang this and blang blang that, and I don't know. Hey, it ain't going there. Oh, yes it is. There it is right there. Oh no, it went back to finance at Yahoo. Hold up. Huh. Give me 1 second, you all, because I did not think this was going to happen, that it would play with me like this. Oh, ebolavirusnet.com. That's why I can't find that. Like I said, I just want to see what's going on with it, and Internet Explorer is a piece of junk. Oh, done. Okay. As Ebola outbreak spreads in the Congo, concerns grow over vaccine supplies. No, that's the 13th, the 3rd. So, Ebola outbreak grows in the DRCs. Uh-oh, what's Goma? Goma. Come here, Goma. Good, Gomer. Where's Powell at? Gomer Powell. Second largest and second deadliest. Ebola detectives race to identify hidden sources of infection as outbreaks spread. Like a horror film, the efforts to contain Ebola in a war zone. The Washington Post, from Ebola survivor to trainee doctor, nobody cares. Congo Ebola epidemic spreads to large city. The hill is like the thrill. Okay. How Liberia's Ebola outbreak led to water access reform. Ebola vaccine having a major impact, but worries about Congo outbreak grows. Simple and rapid tests for Ebola diagnosis could improve outbreak control. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what's going on here? Ebola is still moving. Ebola is still a problem. So, have you guys been paying attention to what's going on with Ebola? Or have you been just going about your daily lives? So, let me explain to you so that you get it. There will be a pandemic. This is one of those things that I know because a little birdie told me so. There will be a pandemic. Let's show you how we know now. That's why I've been focused on this ever since I found out in 2013 that this was coming about. Remember, Ebola started, then it went away. Ebola outbreak grows in the Democratic Republic of Congo, issues alerts in Goma. Ebola outbreak hits the 500 mark. 3 things to know about Becker's hospital review. Worsening Ebola crisis leaves UN Security Council with few options. The conversation. What conversation? Outbreak in Ebola has South Sudan on high alert. UN says Bloomberg fears Ebola virus will spread from DRC into African nations. The Star, Kenya View, full coverage of Google News. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please understand, I told you they were allowing this to spread on purpose. This is not a man-made event. This is a man-made caused event. This is intentional. Just that simple. You just need to understand that they knew what they were doing. Just that simple. When they pulled all of the people out of Ebola-stricken zones that were experts from the United States who are supposed to be the world leaders in understanding everything. If you're an expert, you got to come from the United States. Can't be an expert from any other country because only the United States got experts. Okay? This is what they've done. Are you paying attention? Some of you will pay attention, others won't. I can't help that. Look, all I can do is put information out there for you, not asking for anybody to follow me. I know where I'm going. I don't need nobody to follow me. I didn't ask for a backseat driver, a tag along, or a friend. Don't need you to follow. Don't need you to believe in the God that I serve, Jehovah. You don't have to believe in him. You can do all the things you want to do. Knock yourself out. But because he has allowed me to understand what's going to happen in advance, he literally did not permit me to tell certain things, which is why I ran into some problems when I tried to tell. But the most part, he knows how much I care about people. So he has allowed me to try to help some of you. So if you don't want to be on the bus, then don't stand at the bus stop. What? That don't make no sense. Don't come to my videos if you don't want to hear the truth. Okay? Oh, that makes sense. Bus stop. If you don't want to be on the bus, don't come to the bus stop. That makes sense now. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not hostility. This is frustration. This is me saying, isn't it enough? Where are you people? Aren't you ready? Aren't you ready for substantive change? Then what are you doing about it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, this is the ending of this particular video. And I do really want to thank all of you for spending the time with us together. I'm so glad you got to tag along. Okay? But we're not going to say anything other than sayonara, adios, goodbye, arrivederci. You know, those all good words. Take care of yourselves. And look, ladies and gentlemen, go back over the documents. Look over them and see if you want to do the process or not. If you don't want to do the process or not, what I'm going to suggest is that you understand something about the process. The process works real plain, real simple. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, ain't it? Hold on. Okay, everyone. Have a good night. There's no need for me to continue. I think everything has been said about this process. And my hope is that some of you will get that all the other ways that people have promised you are going to work, it hasn't worked. You've tried everything. The only thing you haven't done is bound them to a legitimate contract in the way it's supposed to by law, which is why we put that information in the contract. Go back, watch the videos, see what's going on. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.